مكتوب على اعلامنا مكتوب على الروسية بشار خاين سوريا مكتوب على القناصة بشار
يلعنك على الاسطول يلعنك على الاسطول لك زبط يا عمور بالصبح يلعنك بالتسوية لك غنوا يا سورية لما بلندن بتمشى لما نشر بتردد
in Syria. It can rectify its position now. It needs to think again about its policies. We stand with Ukraine. We stand with the oppressed throughout the world. And we stand with Syria too!
Portrayed here the protest. Ukraine is standing up and fighting against this aggression, fighting for the whole world at the front lines. But we need arms and we need air defense. So let's call it all together. Arm Ukraine! Arm Ukraine! Arm Ukraine! Arm Ukraine!
Hi, my name is Abdullah and I'm one of the volunteers with the Syrian Solidarity Campaign here in London. Today marks the 10th anniversary of the Syrian Revolution, and now we're entering 12 years from the beginning of the Syrian Revolution, which started in 2011. And we're here today trying to send a message to the people, like we are still alive. We want the people to hear us, and also in this occasion, because we are down here, we find other protests for Ukrainian people. Now Ukraine is under war from Russia and under attack from Russia, and this happened like recently, around like 1 month ago. But unfortunately, what's going on in Syria, it started like 2011, and then in 2015, Russia and the Russian army entered Syria, and they did a lot of bombshell. They're attacking hospitals, they're attacking civilians, and now they're repeating the same scenario in Ukraine. And you want the world, especially here, people in UK, the Western country, to do something trying to stop Putin from repeating the same scenario in Ukraine. Some people, they ask you why you are still like protesting after 11 years. That makes no sense. But the point, you cannot give up on your cause. You cannot give up on your story. My message today to all the people around the world, we need to be like just acting like a human being. We don't want to be like a monster killing each other everywhere. We try to be peaceful. And yes, everyone looking for peace. I don't know why like the leader and government, they look for war everywhere. What's happened in Iraq, Afghanistan, Syria, Ukraine, all this has, I don't know what was the benefit of it. And yes, I hope like one day all this war stop, and yes, stop the war.
Me and you, we need to boycott them. Boycott them properly. Yes. Thank you.
Boycott Russia! Boycott Russia! Boycott Russia!
Abdulaziz Al-Mashi, the founder of the Syria Solidarity Campaign. Today, Syrians in the UK and the Friends of Syria marched to mark the 11th anniversary of the Syrian Revolution. The aim was to remember our fallen heroes, to remember the forced displaced people in refugees camps within Syria, neighboring countries, and the Syrian refugees who had to flee their countries and seek refuge in the exile. Today was a day to remember the detainees who have no voice. We send them a message and say, today we are your voice, and we will do whatever it takes to get everyone in the world know what you are going through. Today is the day where we send a message to the war criminals, Assad and Putin, and we say to them, we haven't forgotten, we will never forget, and we will never forgive, and justice will be done upon you. We have been organizing marches, conferences, film screenings, revolutionary activities since 2011, and we will keep doing that until we get our victory, until we get the dictator of Syria, Assad, to justice. We will never give up. We are planning conferences in the near future. We are planning a lot of demonstrations. We have been seeing incredible solidarity and political pressure and sanctions and military, economic and political support to Ukraine. Where have this international community been for the past 11 years? The same war criminal, Putin, has been committing exactly the same war crimes which he has been committing now in Ukraine. Where have you been? Why our blood doesn't matter to you? Why the blood of our children doesn't matter? Today we are here to expose the hypocrisy of the international community. We say human rights must be for all. International law must be for all, and we want to be treated as anyone else. We don't want a privileged treatment. We need to be treated as anyone else. We absolutely in solidarity with the Ukrainian people, and we feel their pain because we have been through this. We have been through the same journey, the same war criminal using the same war crimes against the Ukrainian people, and we absolutely welcome to the support the Ukrainian people getting. But we say we want the same. I mean, look at FIFA, look at UEFA. They kicked the Russian national team from FIFA. They kicked the Russian clubs from UEFA, from UEFA to participate in any competitions. But in 2018, while Putin was committing war crimes in Syria, targeting hospitals, targeting residential areas, committing war crimes against Syrians, he hosted the World Cup in 2018. So what a double standard, why our blood doesn't matter. So today, we remind the international community that you are hypocrite, and we hope you will come to your sense and you will do something to stop the bloodshed in Syria. We send a message to the British people and to all decent people across the world. We say to them, if we allow Assad to win in Syria, there will be tragic consequences, not only in Syria and in the Middle East, but there will be tragic consequences on everyone, because as other dictators in other countries will take Assad as an example and follow his footsteps to crack any democratic movements within their country. So our struggle is your struggle. We should stand together and we should stop the dictator Assad and all dictators all across the world.
Boycott Russia! Boycott Russia! Putin is a killer! Putin is a killer! Putin is a killer! Putin is a killer! Putin is a killer!
Hi, my name is Zoriana. I'm really sorry my voice is already a bit down after the protest. I'm the co-organizer of the protest, which is Stand with Ukraine to stand with Ukraine and support Ukraine. We are doing it together with the London Euromaidan. They've been standing for many years to raise awareness about the horrific situations that started in Ukraine in 2014. This protest that we are organizing every day in London is to raise awareness about the barbaric actions of Russian soldiers and the Russian government in Ukraine. Our women and kids are being killed every day for no reason. They're being bombed with the bombs and missiles, and they are cruelly bombing everything they see on their way. They're even bombing the volunteers who are evacuating people from the town, which are being at the front lines. The city is going through hell. Between 80 and 90% of the infrastructure is being damaged. Can you imagine this? It's childs, the kindergarten, the schools, and many other important hospitals for our country. We are standing here to raise awareness and to tell the whole Western world to what's going back in Ukraine, to say to them that we need their support, because we are fighting for every country all over the world. There's only two sides in this war: Russia against the whole war and Ukraine for the whole war. So we are asking for support, as much support as we possibly could get. We need it. We need arms, we need ammunition, we need the raising of the awareness. So media, we need to talk about it, because what's going back in Ukraine is a real genocide. We are standing here every day, and we're going to be standing every day next week. We are sitting in the Trafalgar Square, and next week we are organizing a huge protest with the Mayor of London, who is supporting and standing with Ukraine too. This is a historic moment for the whole world. We are writing the history against Russian aggression, where a small country stood up against a dictator and a terrorist who've been attacking many countries all over the world for many decades. So stay with us, stand with Ukraine, and support the world, and support the truth. Slava Ukraini!